I spent over $1,000 on K-beauty treatments. Was it worth it? This is the treatment that made the biggest difference and is not what you're gonna expect. I'm a cosmetic chemist that formulates beauty products for a living, and I help consumers make informed decisions about their beauty products. So consider subscribing and joining the family to stop wasting money on products that just don't work for you. I've always been fascinated by Korean beauty innovations because I've always dealt with texture, pores, and hyperpigmentation. And over the years, after trying countless products, I realized products can only do so much. Don't we agree? And beauty treatments in the US are not only astronomically expensive, but also innovatively lacking. So since I was visiting Korea ahead of my wedding, I decided why not explore Korean beauty treatments, since it's considered so revolutionary. I just knew I had to experience them firsthand, not just as a consumer, but as a professional who understands the science behind these products. What makes this video different from other videos you've probably seen on YouTube is that I'll be analyzing these treatments through both a personal and professional lens, explaining the active ingredients, technology, and biochemical processes happening beneath the surface that most clinics don't even explain to their clients. The Korean approach focuses on treating skin from multiple different angles: surface hydration, texture correction, and deep structural support. So rather than one miracle treatment, they believe in building a comprehensive strategy that evolves over months. Isn't that fascinating? My goal isn't just to show you my results, but to help you understand what's actually happening to the skin during all of these treatments. As someone who formulates products and studies skin science daily, I can tell you how these treatments offer genuine innovation or simply have better execution or application methods than what we can see anywhere else, like here in the States. So I chose beauty clinics in Gangnam, Seoul's beauty district, where almost all the celebrities and locals go for cutting-edge treatments. So I knew they would offer sleek, high-tech facilities. And don't worry, I got you, sis. I'll list all the clinics in the description below. So in total, I got 6 treatments. Don't judge. I started with preparatory treatments like Astrodome Oxygen Facial to optimize my skin, followed by more intensive treatments like Er-YAG Laser for my scarring, Rejuran S for skin quality, Ultracell for firming, Potenza Microneedling for texture, which is one of my hugest issues, and an Aqua Peel later. I know what you're thinking. These treatments, I promise, are not random. Each of them were carefully sequenced by my doctor for maximum results within each layer of the skin. Now, before we dive into the treatment, let me show you my skin now. As you can see, the overall texture has significantly improved. The camera isn't even capturing the essence. My skin feels so much firmer and just more radiant, and I am obsessed. I think I need a trip to Korea every single year. Now, let's dive into the treatments. First treatment I got was Astrodome Oxygen Facial. Now, this is a premium, okay? High quality facial treatment that uses pressurized oxygen to deliver specialized serums deep into the skin. As a cosmetic chemist, what fascinates me is how the hyperbaric pressurized oxygen acts as a carrier mechanism for small molecular weight actives like peptides and humectants, and pushes these beneficial ingredients deep into the skin, deeper than these ingredients could ever go on their own, enhancing their penetration beyond just what passive diffusion of these molecules could normally achieve. Just think of it as using a power washer instead of a garden hose. The ingredients just penetrate so much more effectively. Some of the benefits of this facial include improved circulation, detoxified skin, boosting collagen production, and intense hydration. So this treatment, I found out later, is actually marketed or labeled as the celebrity facial because you literally get immediate glowing results. Like, my skin felt plump afterwards. Honestly, this was probably the most relaxing treatment of all my treatments. Now, here's why Korean innovation shines. It uses a higher oxygen concentration of about 98% versus the typical 90 to 95% you typically find in Western versions. Theirs also contains unique fermented ingredients that's not really found in Western products. This treatment costs 132,000 won, around $94. The pain level was a 0 out of 10. Like I said, it was a lot more relaxing than painful. There's no downtime with this. Listen, people literally get this on their lunch break in Korea because it gives their skin that instant glow, and it's only like 15 minutes. Wait until you see the results from the next treatment. The next treatment was an Er-YAG Laser Scar Revision, which, by the way, I've had this scar since I could remember. I'm sure you're like, what the heck is Er-YAG? The name is a little bit of a handful, but it means erbium, dope, yttrium, aluminum, garnet. I probably just butchered that, but that's what it means. You don't have to remember that. It's just a specialized laser technology. I honestly didn't even go to this clinic for this. The doctor literally took one look at my scar and he was like, you need this treatment. What makes this laser special though? It's how precise it is. It uses 2,940, about 3,000 nanometers of wavelengths to target water molecules in the skin to remove damaged tissue layer by layer. I think of it like peeling an onion, but with minimal heat damage to any surrounding skin. This precise wavelength is why its healing is so much faster and less harmful than other older laser treatments out there. This one wasn't exactly painful. If anything, it was a lot more of a discomfort. It just felt like my flesh was burning. Like I said, I've had this scar forever, so it probably is just like really old skin. This laser is specifically designed for treating acne scarring, even surgical scars, and textural irregularities. Another reason I really love it is because it's actually more cost effective than CO2 lasers with even less downtime. Korean technology shines here because it's specifically calibrated for people of color skin to prevent dark spots or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is pretty common in skin of color after treatment. The cost of this one was 275,000 won, about $196. And just so you guys know, these prices might change. This was just the cost at the time of my treatment. The pain level was probably a 5 out of 10. Downtime around 2 to 4 days. I got like a slight redness, and then I got like micro crusting in that area too. But honestly, the crusting that you get will probably just depend on the intensity of the treatment. The next treatment, Rejuran S, and this is the one that is the most trendy out of all these treatments on social media, TikTok, Instagram. It's everywhere. It's a polynucleotide PN injection gotten from purified salmon DNA. Yes, actual salmon. And I found articles about this. If you're interested, I'll link them in the description below. And from a science perspective, this is really remarkable because it's basically sending messages directly to the dermal layer of your skin cells. Do you know how hard it is to get to that layer? I got 2 cc's injected on my scar. The salmon DNA fragments act like instruction manuals that tell your cells to make a lot more collagen and repair damage. No cream or serum can do this. I don't care what anyone's telling you, because they just can't penetrate deeply enough. This treatment is actually known in Korea as a skin healer or a baby skin injection. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what's the difference between this and filler. Hyaluronic acid fillers add volume. This one doesn't add volume but improves the skin quality from deep within. These polynucleotide fragments actually interact with your skin's fibroblasts that produce collagen and elastin, signaling them to increase the synthesis or production of structural proteins. I believe this is what we're trying to achieve in a lot of advanced serum formulations like encapsulation, but this delivers actives directly where they're needed. Here's why Korean innovation shines here. The purification and extraction process maintains the bioactive nature of these polynucleotides, which was pioneered and founded in Korean labs. I specifically got the Rejuran S because of my scar. Rejuran S is different from the regular Rejuran in that it's more concentrated and viscous. The high viscosity promotes tissue restoration, and it also helps to plump up the skin, reducing any depression on the skin. This is why this one is specifically used in treating acne scars. When I posted the video of my beauty treatments on TikTok, the common question I got was, is this going to remove all my scars? Where's the removal of the scar? Your scar is still there. They scammed you. Now, this treatment is not going to remove all your scars. And honestly, it differs from person to person. This treatment heavily relies on your immune system to produce collagen. Some people are more efficient at generating collagen compared to others. A realistic expectation is that it could improve your scars by up to 70 to 80% after 2 to 4 sessions. And those sessions are gotten every 30 days. Overall, I think my scar looks a lot more shallow. I would say it probably improved around 30 to 35%. And unfortunately, since I don't live in Korea, I can't get the full benefits. This one costs 308,000 won, about $220. It's getting expensive. I'd say the pain level was around 6.5 out of 10, but I'm also good at tolerating needles, so that might feel different for you. Downtime is about 3 to 5 days to a week. Really just depends again on your immune system. For some people it takes less, some people it takes more. Another thing I saw was like tiny little bumps at the injection site. And with this one, I really had to be very on top of it with my aftercare, because I noticed whenever I wasn't taking care of it and like using the products that the doctor gave me, it was starting to like crust up a lot more. So definitely make sure your aftercare is on point. This next treatment was the most unassuming of the 6. Ultracell 100 treatment. This is a focused ultrasound treatment with a similar technology to all therapy. Think of it as shrink wrapping your skin's deep layers. The ultrasound creates precise heat points around 65 to 70 degrees Celsius deep beneath the skin surface that causes collagen fibers to contract immediately and then rebuild themselves stronger over time. I found this treatment to really refine my pores, and it was great for my under eye area. Again, what you're going to find as a common theme with a lot of these treatments is that they're able to reach deep layers that your best skincare products just simply cannot reach. This treatment essentially targets the same foundational layer typically found in surgical facelifts. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but you do have to be very patient with this treatment in particular. Because I remember feeling like, why did I even get this treatment? I feel like it wasn't doing anything. And then months after, I was like, oh, I get it now. So you have to be patient. Around 2 to 3 months to allow those new collagen fibers to form. Korean's technology in this treatment shines because it uses customized energy delivery based on Asian facial anatomy and tissue density measurements. This one cost 275,000 won, about $196. The pain level was really not that much, around 2 out of 10. And there's really no downtime. If anything, maybe 2 days. I think I probably just had slight tenderness and maybe very little swelling, but nothing I would worry about. Potenza. Ooh. This one hurt. I felt it. It is not for the weak. When I tell you I was questioning my life decisions, then the doctor goes,
not easy, right? No pain, no gain.
And I was like, okay, you're right. This is a radiofrequency microneedling treatment that combines traditional microneedling with radiofrequency for enhanced results. These tiny needles combined with heat energy create thousands of microscopic channels in the skin's epidermis, the outermost layer of the skin, while simultaneously delivering heat below the skin surface. I thought what was really cool about this treatment is that it actually measures your skin's resistance and it adjusts the energy accordingly. When I was doing research about this treatment, I was like, oh, it's like a smart thermostat for your face. How cool. Now, I specifically got Potenza N25. N25 stands for the specific configuration pattern of the gold-plated needles used during my treatment. I think my favorite thing about this treatment is that it actually targets skin concerns both on the surface of your skin and deep tissues for comprehensive rejuvenation. Here's how Korea modified this treatment. They've enhanced their needle design to prevent any epidermal damage while maximizing dermal energy delivery deep within the skin. This treatment in America will probably run you up to $2,000. So yeah, I'll be booking my trip again for this. As you can probably tell, this was my most expensive treatment. It was 319,000 won, almost $230. Pain level was around 8 out of 10. Pretty painful, not gonna lie. And they did put numbing cream on me, so God knows how it would have felt without the numbing cream. Downtime was around 2 to 5 days. For me personally, I want to say like the redness from this was almost entirely gone on like the 3rd or 4th day. Some people say they experienced scabbing with this treatment. I personally didn't, but I did notice my skin was slightly more sensitive, which is pretty common with this treatment. And finally, my last treatment. Now, in my opinion, this treatment was one of those treatments that I kind of treated myself with. I wanted to get more treatments. Honestly, looking back now, I'm like, why? I don't know why I wanted more treatments. I was like, you know what, I'm in Korea, let's just go all the way. And yeah, I got humbled. Went to this doctor who's pretty popular on social media. Her name's Dr. Cheong. I was like, oh, you know, I did this and this and this, but I'm hoping I can get more. And she goes, yeah, about that, I wouldn't advise you to get invasive treatments anymore. If anything, I'll suggest more surface level treatments. And so yeah, I was kind of bummed about that. Anyway, I ended up deciding on getting an Aqua Peel because I just wanted more glow. So I went with an Aqua Peel. And I knew that an Aqua Peel was really similar to HydraFacials in America, and maybe 7 months before I went to Korea, I had gotten a HydraFacial and that cost me almost $300. And in Korea, in this clinic, it was only $80, and I was like, let's do it. That's why I got this last treatment. But I would honestly say it's not necessary, but cost-wise, if you're on a budget, yeah. This treatment is pretty much like a vacuum cleaner for your face. It's hugely an exfoliation treatment. It cleans your face while simultaneously moisturizing your face. Think of it as combining physical and chemical exfoliation, but in a more super saturated solution. The vortex tip on the machine creates suctions to remove debris from pores while pushing active ingredients into the skin at the same time. It's a lot more effective than traditional extraction methods that just simply remove debris. So with this treatment, you're cleansing, you're exfoliating, you're extracting, and you're hydrating. I think it's a win-win. Now, the Korean difference here is that in Korea, they actually use custom serums that are specially formulated in Korea with Korean botanicals and fermented ingredients at higher concentrations than typically found in Western treatments. This one was 115,000 won, around 80 bucks. Pain level was a 2 out of 10. Honestly, it was a lot more relaxing than painful. There's no downtime with this one. There's no recovery. You get that immediate glow. Honestly, this is one of those like, I just want to glow really quick. Let me go do a treatment. Now, if you've made it to this portion of the video, please consider subscribing. A lot of work went into getting this video together for you guys. And also, you definitely want to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on my other well-researched beauty videos coming up that'll help you make better, well-informed beauty product choices. Now, I'm going to talk about how these treatments work together to optimize my results. Now, on the surface layer of my skin, the Aqua Peel and Astrodome Oxygen Facial worked on this layer the most, providing immediate hydration and glow, and prepared my skin for deeper treatments. In the middle and deeper layer of my skin, the laser, the Potenza, and the Rejuran S all work to address textural issues, scarring, and early signs of aging. The Er-YAG Laser and Potenza worked on the mid to deep layer of my skin to address my texture, scarring, and early signs of aging. On the deepest layer of my skin, the Rejuran S injections and Ultracell 100 work to stimulate collagen and repair my cells from within. Now, a quick update about how the 6 treatments worked 3 months later. I think the Astrodome Facial was a great introduction to Korean treatments. It really laid the groundwork for the more intensive treatments. 3 months later, I've noticed my skin absorbs products better, which tells me the deep hydration had lasting effects beyond what I initially expected. For the laser on my scar, which really wasn't a concern I walked in with, but ended up being one of the best investments, you can see they faded a lot, like I said earlier, about 35%. And what's really surprising is not just the textural change, but also the discoloration I had on it before. And I believe the textural change is really in combination with Rejuran S, which is what I believe really improved the scar on a deeper level. The Ultracell 100 was definitely the most subtle, but significant 3 months later. And I feel like I'm still seeing the improvements week by week. And apparently I'm still supposed to keep seeing improvements for another 6 months, which I'm excited about. The Potenza was definitely the most painful, but honestly, the results were so worth it. Because look at my skin's overall texture now. Like all these areas where I had uneven texture and enlarged pores, the radio frequency on this device really helped tighten my pores. And you can see it more dramatically along my cheekbones and forehead. The Aqua Peel was definitely a lot more basic compared to other treatments. 3 months later, I've noticed my pores have stayed clearer for a lot longer. I believe Korea is 3 to 5 years ahead of Western skincare technology. The devices use more precise technology and customizations than what's available in Europe and America. And most of their equipments are latest generation that haven't even reached the States. I also love that their philosophy is more about preventative rather than correction. So a lot of their treatments address skin concerns before they become visible problems. Their dermatologists are experts at creating customized treatments. Like I said earlier, the sequence of my treatments was not random at all. It was designed so that each treatment enhances the effectiveness of the next treatment. Now you can go wherever you want, but I think the treatments in Gangnam are more specific in their treatments because they do them 100 times weekly. And the more they've done them, the more they're more refined and their techniques are just a lot better. And I love that their treatments are more about subtle changes. It's just more of a natural looking aesthetic, which I love. They really focus on skin quality, texture, and glow rather than dramatic transformations, which explains why treatments like Astrodome Facial and Aqua Peel are considered more essential treatments rather than optional because they're both literally lunch break treatments. As a cosmetic chemist, I know that before and afters can be super misleading. So for this video, I tried to include identical angles and no makeup for all comparison shots to show the true dimensional improvements. And I love that some of these results were not visible until the 3-month mark, which shows that patience with these treatments is essential. In conclusion, how much did I spend? 1.7 million won, which is roughly $1,200. And I know that sounds like a lot, but honestly, I could justify that price because I literally went for a consultation like a week or 2 before my trip to Korea, and I was quoted about $3,000 just for 2 of those treatments. This is definitely one of those things where you kind of have to just close your eyes and give that credit card away. Do I think it was worth it? Honestly, yes. My scar looks so much better and my skin looks so much more smooth and radiant. So I paid with my American Express credit card. I know a lot of people are thinking, should I carry cash or not? I believe any American credit card should be sufficient. I'm going to do a quick value assessment to hopefully help someone who might still be on the fence about some of these treatments and wondering which might be the best fit for them. If I had to rank these treatments based on the value for money, I'd put Potenza at the top, followed by Rejuran S. The treatment I'd probably skip next time is Aqua Peel. Not because I didn't think it was effective, but because I think the Astrodome Facial and Potenza provided similar results, and the Potenza was a lot more comprehensive. Best overall value would definitely have to be Potenza because I feel like it not only treated surface level issues, but also deep tissue skin concerns. Best immediate results, definitely Aqua Peel or Astrodome Facial. It gives you an immediate beautiful glow, perfect if you have an event coming up. Best long-term investment, definitely Ultracell 100 because this one snuck up on me and never expired it. I'd say it made one of the biggest difference and it's still improving even after 3 months of treatment. Treatments I definitely repeat, Potenza. Treatment I'd probably do again with modifications, Rejuran S. And I say that because I'd probably just stay longer in Korea so I can really get all the treatments. And also I'll do the regular Rejuran on my entire face, but I'd probably get sedated for that because because the videos I see on social media look crazy. If your main concern is texture, I'd recommend Potenza. If you're dealing with scarring, Rejuran S. If your budget is super limited, an Aqua Peel or an Astrodome Facial. Here are some of my closing thoughts about this experience. As someone who formulates skincare for a living, what I've learned from this journey is that Korean skincare philosophy is all about consistent, layered approaches rather than quick fixes. Aftercare is super important to optimize results because listen, 3 months and $1,100 later, I'm not only seeing better skin, I also feel like I understand my skin better. So I can confidently give my professional assessment that these treatments assess layers of skin that topical products just cannot reach. Because trust me, I know that good skincare is essential, but these targeted treatments accelerate results in ways that will take years for products to do alone. So the question isn't whether they work or not, because they clearly do, but whether the investment aligns with your specific skin concerns and goals. For me, the answer is a big fat yes. All right, I'm going to tell you guys how I found out about the clinic and how I was able to schedule my appointment with them. I found Dr. Nusel through TikTok, and then I contacted my sister-in-law. She contacted her friend, who then booked an appointment for us through something called Kakao Talk, which is like instant messaging in Korea. But I've also messaged them on Instagram and they're incredibly responsive, even if you're English speaking. As far as language barriers, so the doctor speaks little English. My sister-in-law was able to translate for me, so I don't really know what that experience is like if you're only English speaking. But I've seen tons of videos with foreigners in the clinic, so I imagine they'll connect you with an English speaking consultant with any questions you might have. Some other clinics I've seen on social media where foreigners go to are LV Plastic Surgery, BLS, and Selenic clinics. And don't worry, I'll list them all below. I'll also list all the clinics' contact information in the description box below. So if you're planning a trip to Seoul and have specific questions about booking these treatments, drop a comment below and I'll try to help by sharing which of these treatments might work based on my experience. And if you've tried Korean beauty treatments for yourself, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Now, a little word of advice my sister-in-law shared with me and I'm going to share with you because I don't get keep girl, is to take notes of these treatments and get familiar with them. But wait till you get to Korea to do a skin consultation with your doctor and then let your doctor decide what treatments are best for you. Some doctors will try to upsell you, so being familiar with these treatments is imperative. For me, I decided not to do Ulthera or Thermage, at least not at this time. I mean, for one, not only are they expensive in Korea, but they lead to huge fat loss in the facial skin cells over time. So maybe when I hit my 40s or 50s and I lit a little, then I'll probably consider it. But right now, I don't think I really want to mess with my face like that. So if you've ever considered getting treatments in Korea, let me know which one in the comments below. In my last video, someone commented about the Sika Radio Shop 100 Essence. So my next video will be about that. So thumbs up this video if you'd like to see that, or comment if you'd like to see that or anything else. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. It'll help anyone planning a trip to Korea and needs guidance, especially if they're a foreigner or darker skin like me. If you're obsessed with Korean beauty products like me, check out this video for all the skincare products I bought in Korea. As always, I appreciate you so much for watching. Until then, come hang out with me in this video right here. I